what is up you guys? Ian here with GrayStar Innovations. I know it has been a really long time since I've made a video, and I'm going to try to be a bit better about that. And today's video is just a quick one. But I wanted to make a quick overview of these awesome little Cyberdeck ESP32 devices I've been working on and designed. These are all designed from scratch. It uses common ESP32 CYD along with a M5 stack, card KB for keyboard, and a bunch of other sensors on the inside that I'll go into later. And I do plan on open sourcing this design, and I'm going to make a full tutorial with all the build files so you can make one of these for yourself. I'm also going to have a kit with the printed parts and all the pieces that you would need to assemble one of these available as one kit on my website, and more on that to come. But today's video is just going to be a focus on the features and the kind of cool things that this device can do. And I've made a few versions of this. These are kind of the V2 and the V3. I've also made a bunch of other Cyberdeck kind of projects that I'll be going more into later in this channel. And I'm going to try to make more videos, more common. And I apologize for the plain background and kind of disorganized nature of this. Unfortunately, I'm in the middle of a move right now, so most of my stuff is packed. But once things get going, it's going to be a major upgrade. I'm going to have a lot more shop space, and I'll be able to make videos on a much more regular thing. So definitely keep checking back. And yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so I've got one of the Cyberdecks here. This is the red and black hexagon faceplate. It's one of my favorite designs. So we'll get this powered on. It'll come up with this logo splash screen. So first we have the world clock. Pretty self-explanatory what that does. It also has, you can change it with a clock. You can change the clock face to more of a analog traditional clock, or just have the digital readout. And it also shows you the Wi-Fi connection and everything there. Next we have the calendar, where you can put in any appointments or set important dates. That saves in the SD card, so even if you reset this device, it'll still be there when you reinstall the firmware. Remotes, the Bluetooth keyboard. This is going to reset the device. So I was running into an issue where the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth were bumping into each other. So it's going to set into this Bluetooth mode, which then you can connect it with a computer and type just like you would any other Bluetooth keyboard. So it's going to restore the Wi-Fi and reset the device again. Okay, go back into remotes. The IR blaster receiver, this uses this little infrared module to copy and clone like a TV remote, and you can play it back, so you can use it for a universal controller for like some LEDs or a TV remote, or really anything that uses an infrared receiver. The infrared code library, this just has a bunch of TV remote codes and stuff like that saved, so you can use this device if you're anything like me and lose your TV remote all the time. Not anymore. Universal remote. This is to make your own custom universal remote, in which case you would just use the TV remote and, you know, one by one clone each individual button, and then you can save it and use this instead of the remote. Oops. RGB LED, this is a same kind of thing. It's if you have a cheap LED strip or any LED strip that uses a infrared controller, so that's also some smart bulbs. You can use this to control the settings on that light, or you can use it to turn on and off, or change the color settings. Same kind of thing, you just clone the infrared remote that comes with it. Alright, and that's it for the remotes. In the environment, it just shows the sensor readout from all the sensors that are inside this, so this doesn't require any kind of Wi-Fi or anything like that. It's going to show the temperature, the phase of the moon, the date, the altitude, the pressure, the humidity, the time the sun rises and sunsets, the pressure trend. It's this takes place over the course of several hours, but it shows the air pressure, and same with the sunrise. And then you can also sync a weather API key if you want that as well. Computing, got the AI chat. This you can this is kind of an experimental feature. I'm going to try to sync it with like a offline, locally run AI on a Raspberry Pi. This doesn't come on the Etsy version of this board, but I will have the download for it on my GitHub, or wherever I end up putting the download for the firmware for this. I haven't quite decided yet, but it'll probably be GitHub. Net speed, it it just downloads a quick 100 kilobyte sample from your Wi-Fi, and it tells you how fast your internet speeds are running. Files, it just shows what's on the SD card. There's nothing on here right now, but if you have any photos or notes or anything saved, it'll save it in there. Same with this is just notes or a data log. Wi-Fi scan, this shows the near Wi-Fi networks and lets you join them. Bluetooth scanner, same thing, just with Bluetooth. TCP terminal, this is so you can connect to a Raspberry Pi and use it as a wireless terminal. Same with the UART bridge. Calculator, self-explanatory what that does for math. Unit converter, this is just a quick calculator to convert units. Unit price calculator, same thing, it's just for converting currency. QR code generator, that's just so you can enter in a website or a web address and it will make a QR code for it, or you can use it to create a QR code to join the Wi-Fi network that you're currently connected to. The password vault, this is just so you can save your passwords. I'm not gonna show you my passwords, but that's what that's for. The password generator, this just generates a secure password, just randomized characters, then you can save them to the password vault. The stopwatch, also self-explanatory what that does, it just counts down. It's also got countdown timer, habit tracker, Morse code trainer. It's got a resistor calculator. And under navigation, it's got a compass, which just shows due north, south. This is just the wizard to calibrate the compass. You just need to rotate the device 360 degrees like that, just so it can get accurate reading. The radar, this is kind of an experimental feature. This uses the Wi-Fi connection to detect moving objects in between you and your Wi-Fi hotspot. This is still kind of experimental, I'm just kind of playing with it. It's more just for fun than anything else, but it's still pretty cool. Altitude, that just shows your altitude. It also shows the air pressure and temperature. It's kind of same thing as the other sensor app, but this one is just dedicated to the altitude. The waypoint, this you just enter latitude and longitude, and it uses the compass inside to give you a waypoint. The sunrise calculator, it just calculates when the sun's going to go down and when it's going to come up. The incline, this you can set the Cyberdeck on the ground. It'll show you the incline using the gyroscope inside. This is a star chart, same kind of thing, uses your latitude and longitude to show you what stars are visible. Alright, now to the games. We've got a bunch of games on here. They're all simple little classic games. And then art. I really like this spirograph mode. You can change the pattern, you can change the color. It's got a bunch of different patterns and settings. So I just think that's a fun little app to play with. Pixel art. This just lets you draw with pixels. Pretty self-explanatory what that does. This is the lava lamp simulator. Same kind of thing as the spirograph. You can just kind of play with different colors, and I don't know, I just wanted to add some cool little artistic creative apps to this. And then configuration, you can change the theme, you can change it to really whatever you want. And yeah, that's all for now, guys. I just wanted to show you this cool little Cyberdeck I designed. This is kind of the light version. I'm going to show you more on the pro version and the wearable version that a lot of you have been asking about. I'm really happy with this, how this came out. It also has this little scroll wheel on the back that I forgot to show you all earlier. It kind of just works like a, you know, scroll wheel on a computer mouse or something like that. It makes kind of scrolling real fun with this. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and this is just part one. The next video I will be showing you how to build one of these for yourself, so stay tuned for that.